You are never alone. You are never alone. Just reach into your heart and Allah is always there. You are never alone. You are never alone. Through sorrow and through grief, through happiness and peace, you are never alone.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another edition of Family Issues. Please feel free to give us a call. We are live, and this episode, inshallah, is live, and the number will appear on the bottom of your screen, as well as email and Facebook. Please, you parents out there, send us your parenting questions, and we will continue to ask experts and people in this field to get you those answers, inshallah. And that information will also appear on the bottom of your screen. In this episode, we decided to speak about an interesting issue for youth and adults alike, and that is free time. How do we use our free time? How valuable is our free time? And how dangerous is free time? That is the question this afternoon. And we have a revert to Islam joining us, originally from the United States, now based here in the Middle East, to speak about how he uses free time, how he used it as a non-Muslim, how he uses it after accepting Islam, and the dangers of not using it correctly, the benefits of doing so, etc., inshallah. And you guys, of course, like I said, we are live, so please give us a call, inshallah. And with no further ado, let me introduce my guest, Brother Mustafa Moore. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Mustafa.
Wa alaikum assalam to Allah.
Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Brother, just before we went live here, we were speaking about free time. And you said to me, Allah saved my life with this deen.
Yes.
So this is a very powerful statement for parents who have children that are born Muslim, maybe are not appreciating that,
yes.
Or even non-Muslims. Okay, so this is a powerful statement. Allah saved your life with His deen. So in order to be grateful for Him, we should obey His commands, right?
Yes, that's
so
true.
Free time is a big thing. So how did you spend your free time before entering Islam, and how do you spend it now?
Well, let's see. The free time, I was, hanging out with the guys,
Right.
And we go to friends' houses and sit around, watch television, and play cards, and just do things
Right.
as not really worth talking about.
Yeah. Wasting time.
Wasting time.
Yeah.
Wasting time. I mean, and we didn't see it that way. We saw it as a friends getting together, spending time with each other. But I mean, where was the benefit? What I'm saying? We were benefiting shaitan, what I'm saying? Because, we're not remembering Allah. We're not giving sadaqah. We're not,
Productive.
Productive, what I'm saying? We're wasting money.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was terrible. I didn't realize it, what I'm saying? Because, being that I wasn't brought up Muslim, I didn't know that I didn't even know that time could be wasted.
Yeah.
One of the thing that makes the most money in America is called a pastime.
Yeah.
So I mean, they engineered it so that people just throw their time out the window.
Right.
It's not a value.
Right. And now they say time is money. That really says a lot about the society which you come from. This is an expression. So what I mean by that, brother, to ask you, time is money. I say, hey, you can spend money and waste money and earn money again. But once you waste your time, you can't get it back.
That's
I
true.
look at my life, I look back and thank God for everything. But I look at not just minutes or hours or days or weeks. I look at the calendar, I see months, years of my life that I didn't benefit myself or others. It truly was wasted. Alhamdulillah, Allah guided me. But do you ever look back at in the same way and say, man, from this point in my life, I really wasted my time, and thank Allah that Allah guided me to Islam.
Yeah, like you said, from when I graduated from high school, until I decided to go to college, that was like, years wasted, and then, I was a Muslim, but, I decided, I had to do something with my life. I was looking for the truth, but I didn't know where to find it,
Right.
so I figured, try to get education,
Yeah, great.
So, but even, going to school, I went to school for like, from 1990, I don't want to reveal.
Back in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I went to school for like 8 years, 9 years.
Yeah.
But it was on and off,
Yeah.
But even, basically that time was wasted. You know, I mean, alhamdulillah for my education. I do appreciate that. You know, but I mean, you know, I'm not really, you know, working in the field that I graduated in.
If you were focused as a Muslim and Allah had guided you, then you could have benefited more from your college time. That's happened to me. I feel the same way. My time in college as well. Unfortunately, a lot of it was beneficial. I mean, a lot of it was beneficial, but a lot of it was wasted because I wasn't focused and I was lost. So this is, you know, difficult to you know, alhamdulillah for everything.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
But free time, you know, we want to, the parents are watching, we want to let the parents know and the youth know from our personal experiences as adults now, but relatively young, you know, in our 30s, so we remember what it is like still to be a kid. The expression free time, wallahi, I don't have, myself, I don't have even for free time. What about you? And is there such thing as free time as a Muslim?
It's hard to say. You know, the thing that we should focus on is that all time is given to us by Allah Azza wa Jal. You know, so I mean, how free is it? You know, and we're going to be held accountable for every minute. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, this is, you know, it's a ni'mah al-azim, you know, time, you know, time in itself, you know, like there's a surah that Allah,
yes, Surah Al-Asr, yeah?
Yes, by the time, and verily man is lost or led astray.
Is in loss.
Yeah, is in loss.
Yeah.
You know, except for those who that do good works.
Yes. Who believe and do good works.
Yeah, who believe and do good works. For them,
I will my Arabic is very bad, okay? I will recite it in Arabic and the brothers can correct me, okay?
Okay.
I believe it goes like this. I never done this on TV, it's a bit shy. Wal asr, by time, innal
insana
lafi husri, illa alladhina aminu wa amilu as-salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr.
Yes.
Who, maybe the brothers can correct me. I'm sorry, you guys at home. My Arabic is very bad, my Quran is very bad. Please call me in to correct me. But this means who cooperate in goodness and patience, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So exactly. So time is so important, right?
Yes.
So this is
but in this ayah, Allah reveals what we should do with our time. You know, I mean, He calls it by the time. You know what I'm saying? So and He opens the door to tell us, you know, like how valuable time is, and if you're not doing this, then your time is, you know, is null and void. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, so I mean, think about how much of your day, you know, alhamdulillah, you know, for the 5 prayers, you know, we have 5 prayers, so, you know, we pray those 5 prayers, but I mean, in between those 5 prayers, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Thank
you.
You.
So when we're doing those prayers, okay, you know what I'm saying, we're doing what Allah loves, you know, but outside of that, you know what I'm saying, so look at how much time, the prayer takes 10 minutes,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maximum.
So, yeah.
You know? People,
so,
go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, that's 10 minutes out of your day. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, 10. So that may be like a little over an hour. Okay. So out of 24 hours.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know? So I mean,
and I tell people, you know, you buy this pack of cigarettes with 20 cigarettes, and you take a cigarette break 20 times a day, and each cigarette will take 5 minutes to smoke. So now you wasted 100 minutes.
Wow.
20 times 5, so it's 100 minutes. An hour and 40 minutes. But you couldn't take 50 minutes to pray? And even if it's less than that, if you were, you know. So, you know, time is important. I definitely agree. And we ask Allah to let us be among the people who use it wisely. I remember, this is how time time flies, yeah. I'm 31 now, I'll be 32 in March, inshallah.
Inshallah.
I still remember when I was 14 years old, man, playing basketball in my mother's driveway. You know, I feel like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So now I'm 31, and I look at the older people in the masjid, and I see them praying, and they walk slow, and they bring a chair, and they sit down.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're the majority of the people are the older people now. So my question is this, you know, are the youth, are we going to let ourselves reach that age before we wake up? Are we going to be living not utilizing our time, not fearing Allah, and doing what's right? And then we wake up when we're old, and it's almost too late. It's never too late, but it's almost too late because your body's already, you know, so that's how fast, you know, the time flies. So let's talk about the dangers of free time, though. How dangerous is it to have lots of free time?
Oh, Aki, it's on the individual, you know. But the way that the society is geared is atrocity. It's an atrocity.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, alhamdulillah for the kids being in school because they have their homework, and then, you know, a lot of the kids that go to the natty, the club, you know, and they, you know, so in the club they exercise and, you know, stuff like that. So I mean, alhamdulillah, they have some benefit, but you know, most people, you know, older people, you know what I'm saying, you know, we don't really go to the club. You know, I mean, we don't, do things that benefit our time. So I mean, I personally, I like to read. You know what I'm saying? So I try to read what's beneficial. I love Islam. You know what I'm saying? I know that I don't know enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly trying to learn more. You know, I want to be efficient in my deen, because when I return to my Lord, I'm worried, I mean, if the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam is worried, and I mean, you can read books upon books upon books of the good deeds that he did, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but he's worried in front of Allah azza wa jal. I haven't done a quarter of what he did. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, from far from where he was. So I mean, I've got a lot to be afraid from. So I'm trying to learn this deen. And I'd like to tell the people, man, stop wasting your time. Pick up the Quran. Pick up the Quran. Fill your time with that. Play the Quran. Like in your leisure time. Like if you are just sitting around the house and stuff like that, don't listen to something that's pulling your deen away from you. Like the news and
music,
the movies, and this
Fear Allah.
Yes, what I'm saying, this stuff is stripping your deen away from you. You know what I'm saying? These people, they're not praying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they could care less about a salat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so hang around people who are trying to learn the deen, people that's trying to be a benefit to you and the society. Don't hang around with people who are looking for the next party, or these are the people that these type of people will hurt you.
Yeah, I agree with you, brother. Yeah. And also, we should look at the people who spend their time a certain way with what they're doing, and you should be alert to that. If these people who are spending their time listening to music and doing good, not good things, well, you should take that into your consideration, and I believe that's very important.
Without a doubt, because these are the types of things that rub off on you.
Yeah.
So I mean, don't, if you see that, this person, he's always listening to music, or this person, he knows all about the latest videos. How, man? You know what I'm saying?
It's a waste of time. Real briefly before we take a break, time management. Back in the States, I see non-Muslim people really strict, really organized about time management, because time is money. When we come to Muslim countries, the guy's got his feet up and he's smoking shisha and drinking chai, drinking tea and all this. So what's going on here? Shouldn't it be the reverse? Shouldn't the one that fears Allah fear Allah in his time and spend it correctly, whether they're young or old? But back in the States, where time is money, they are fearing the dollar, but they're working harder than us? It's a strange thing, brother, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have the deen. See, alhamdulillah, the way that and Allahu alam, Allah knows best. But I believe that the way that Allah created us, He created us with a need for what's right.
Right.
So the ones in America, they don't have that. So they're trying to fill that void with something.
I got you.
So throwing the time in there, or maybe they're the cleanest person I mean they're trying to fill the void, but they don't really know what belongs there.
I got you.
And the only thing that can fill it is Al-Islam.
Thank you, brother. I certainly appreciate it. We're going to take a short break. You guys at home, stay tuned for Family Issues. We have a special guest all the way from Sarajevo, Bosnia. You've seen him on the Ummah tonight. Now he's on Family Issues. You guys, so stay tuned for more.
Alone. You are never alone.
فلا وربك لا يؤمنون حتى يحكموك فيما شجر بينهم ثم لا يجدوا في أنفسهم حرجا مما قضيت ويسلموا تسليما. There are 3 levels. Sister Rayhan from Bahrain.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fahim from Sweden. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Barakallah feek, Fahim. May Allah bless you and your family.
Sheikh, I have one question.
Now, that is not allowed. Why isn't allowed? Because the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man ghasha falaysa minna." He who deceives or betrays does not belong to us. He's not one of us. A person who is given the sadaqah or leading the prayer does not have necessarily to be praying fard. Maybe he's praying the nafl that is after the prayer, the 2 sunnah after dhuhr or after maghrib or after isha. And the follower, the imam, will be praying with the intention of offering the fard that he has missed. Okay, barakallahu feek.
Reading the Quran is a blessing. Understanding its translation is beautiful. But diving in depth and extracting pearls from it is simply amazing.
أفلا يتدبرون القرآن
Did I not ponder upon the Quran? Every week, inshallah, we will dig deep and reflect on the verses of the Quran one by one.
Quran in Depth with Sheikh Ibrahim Zaidan, only on Huda TV.
Never alone. You are never alone.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Family Issues. Guys, thank you for staying tuned. We're talking about free time. How important is it? How dangerous is it? How do we spend it? How do we waste it? How can we use it in a positive and beneficial way for ourselves and for our children? And joining me is my guest, all the way from North Carolina, Brother Mustafa Moore, as well as a very special guest, a student at Al-Azhar University, originally from Sarajevo, Bosnia, Brother Yusuf Cevec.
It was close.
Wallah, assalamu alaikum, brother. So my Bosnian language, very difficult, the names for me. I appreciate
But
your
you're
time.
from Greece. It is.
I know, we're
close to
neighbors.
Bosnia.
We're neighbors. We're supposed to be, we're neighbors.
But we are not good neighbors.
We should be, though. We hope
We
for the
should,
future.
we should, inshallah.
Brother, you know, free
You know.
time. Brother, this is a great story. I love hosting the brothers from Bosnia. I really hope we can do a documentary about Islam in Bosnia, about the war and everything, because I met a lot of good brothers from Bosnia, and they told me this story. And I always tell them, Brother Mustafa, I tell them, you guys should record this so it's not lost. I wish the TV could record it, inshallah. But today, let's leave that talk aside and talk about free time.
Oh, wait a minute. I wouldn't mind hearing about it.
But it's a history of Bosnia. It's a really interesting place, and it's near.
You can do a documentary film. You know, the people, they are always asking about the war in Bosnia.
Yes.
They only know this segment of Bosnia, the war in Bosnia.
Yes, they don't know the beautiful country it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how we spend the free time and how
Yes.
all this.
So tell me, but as a student now, I saw you've been back in Egypt 10 days.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah for your return. Hopefully you will stay safe in these chaotic times, brother.
I mean,
All of us, subhanAllah.
Ameen.
But how do you spend time as a student? Do you have any free time?
As you know, when you return back to Egypt, you always have this bureaucratic things, you know. But after
That waste time.
finished, yes, the wasting of time, you must know how to have a system, you know, to put for everything a time. For example, for studying, for reading, for going out with friends. You know, the people nowadays they are not like as we say in Bosnia, they are killing time. You know, they don't know what to do. You know, they're just boring. You know, bored.
Right,
they don't have
time.
any fun. So they are, you know, so. There is television. You know, the television is like producing like Big Brother, like Farm. You know, these programs. You know, to make a people to be
Waste time.
to entertain people. You know.
Yeah, right.
But the problem is why they must do these shows, because the people they don't know how to spend a free time. They a lot of them, they only, you know, like they have work, and after returning from work they are watching telenovelas. You know, they are just, you know, wasting time.
Yeah.
But if we return back in the history, we'll see that the great civilizations, they haven't spent a lot of free time in killing it. You know.
Yeah,
They-
killing time, right.
Yes,
right.
yes. But nowadays, you know, this like I would say this West civilizations, and unfortunately we have like this Orient life also.
This Oriental life, they're time wasters more than anybody.
Yes,
actually.
yes.
They're much in the West. They're more. They utilize their time because time is money. Stuff for Allah. But here in these countries, actually, they have soap operas from Turkey, and they're wasting their time actually in these countries.
They're wasting, you know, the drinking shisha. And,
Yes, it's terrible. But Brother Mustafa told me a wonderful point. He says, you said you don't even have a computer in your home
Oh, yeah.
because you don't want to be on Facebook and Twitter and all this because it wastes time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a TV either.
That was my next one. You don't have a TV either.
Yeah.
So how do you spend your time? In the house when you go home 5, 6 o'clock? What do you guys do?
I mean, alhamdulillah, you know, Allah Azza wa Jal blessed me with a daughter. And I
Great.
mean, she soaks up my time like a
Like
sponge in a
yeah,
bowl
yeah,
of soup.
right. yeah.
So I mean, you know, yeah, you know, I like to spend time with her. I like to spend time with my wife. You know, I like to read. I like to, yeah, I mean, I don't study very much, but I mean, I want to improve my Arabic language,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, great. So there's a lot of things to do. And there's not enough time anyway. So when we put TVs and Facebook and
How?
Yeah, how?
I mean, you know, I don't, you know, like the only time I really have a chance to use a computer is at my wife's parents' house. They have a computer, so you know, if I have any business or anything like that, you know, like now it's like, you know, I go on the computer just to do whatever I need
And get off.
man.
Yeah,
Because I mean, it's
Time
like
killer.
it's a time killer, you know what I'm saying? But it's like a trap from the shaitan, you know.
Yeah, because it keeps sucking you in.
Yeah.
But are you a Facebook activist, Twitter guy? You're always online. A lot of these kids are. So give us your advice.
I will say, you know, another part of the story, you know, because I think our brother is maybe 30 years old or older, you know. For example, regarding me, I'm using, for example, Facebook, but only for like to see some friends, you know. But not a lot of, maybe half an hour a day. But for example, regarding laptop, you know, these notebooks, I'm using there because you can put a lot of books. In the laptop, for example, in the external hard disk. So, for example, for me, because I'm like a researcher. It is, like say, I cannot take with me, for example, a couple of hundred books or thousands of books. So I can put all of these books at a laptop. And for example, some books I must took it. So I'm trying, you know, to put these books on PDF format, you know, going to some stores, you know, to have all of my things with me. Because I have opinion, you know, that is all of these new things like Facebook, like TV, like laptop. Regarding me, I'm not watching a lot of TV. I don't have like I have a TV in my home, but it's like only for like decoration. Because if I want some news, I will read the internet, you know. Because if we see, you know, now TV, we can you know, we can delete all of these programs, you know, not leave some programs like Huda TV, like some educational programs, you know. These ordinary programs with TV news, it will kill people. They are killing people, you know. The people get nervous, you know.
Thank you, brother. They're killing people, right? Because over and over and over this negativity.
For example, today in Egypt, you know, 10 hours, you know, they are just, you know, going in the circles, you know, speaking. Like we say in Bosnia, they are selling fog. You know, but they know that they know that people want these things, you know. They want like action, you know. But there isn't action.
How do you say selling fog in Bosnian? How do you say it?
Magla.
Go ahead, brother. What were you going to say?
Yeah, but like the brother said, they're making. I mean, like they're making like a flower grow. Like, wow, it's growing now. Oh my gracious, look at the petals are opening. It's just a flower growing. You know what I'm saying?
24/7.
So they're trying to jazz everything up to keep the people watching for hours and hours and hours.
They look hypnotized. When I see people watching TV for long hours, it's like they've been in a trance. It's like it has a spell over them. Look, you guys, you have the internet, you have newspapers. You can spend your time a couple minutes, you know, catching up on your news or whatever. But this way to spend free time, it's very destructive. And in fact, it becomes the way you spend the majority of your time. It becomes the reverse. Actually, you spend all your time doing things that are not important because we're not prioritizing.
That's true.
So
and think about the effect that it's having on the children. You see, because when they see mom and dad watching 4 hours of TV, well, that means they can watch 8. You know, so who's going to tell them that they're wrong for watching TV?
They're examples.
Yeah, exactly. That mom's doing it. You know, mom's spending 4.5 hours on the phone. Why can't I spend 4.5 hours on the phone?
Yeah, great. How hard is it to avoid this stuff, though, Brother Yusuf, in your opinion? Because now we have internet everywhere, laptops, smartphones. How hard is it to get the kids also and adults to use social media and TV and technology in a positive way instead of just wasting time?
It's all in let's say like education from the beginning of the life, you know, in the houses, you know. How is you know, the relations between father and mother and the kids, it's all starting from the house.
Yeah.
If you have this like a good foundations, it will not be a problem after 10 years.
Inshallah.
For example, if we all of us heard, how is growing up in Israel, how is the the father mother, they're controlling the life of the kids. They said you can do this, you cannot do that, and we can see that the Israel is a developed country, opposite to, for example, to Egypt, to another Islamic countries, It is, and I must also noticed. I noticed also that some of these education programs, they are starting to being corrupted. For example, History Channel, Discovery. I want education programs.
Something beneficial.
Yeah, but they are now corrupted. Like only these cars and like the
race cars and all this cars.
These like reality shows.
Yeah.
They also introduce reality shows.
Yeah.
Wow. And the reality shows are the worst. The worst, of this, I'd say of this garbage, media garbage. The worst, And these education programs began, to introduce this. And I'm afraid, maybe in 10 years we will have only maybe 1-2 education programs.
Yeah, subhanAllah. You guys, we're going to take a break. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming. Brother Mustafa Moore, originally from North Carolina. Brother Yusuf Javich, all the way from Sarajevo. I appreciate your time, inshallah. You guys look forward to having you next time.
Inshallah.
And you guys at home, stay tuned for more family issues, inshallah. We will be speaking more with special guests from West Africa and speaking about their youth there and how they spent their free time, you guys, so stay tuned.
Never alone, you are never alone.
فلا وربك لا يؤمنون حتى يحكموك فيما شجر بينهم ثم لا يجدوا في أنفسهم حرجا مما قضيت ويسلموا تسليما. There are 3 levels. Sister Rayhan from Bahrain.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fahim from Sweden. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Barakallah feek, Fahim. May Allah bless you and your family.
Sheikh, I have one question.
Now, that is not allowed. Why isn't allowed? Because the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man ghasha falaysa minna." He who deceives or betrays does not belong to us. He is not one of us. A person who is given the sadaqah or leading the prayer does not have necessarily to be praying fard. Maybe he is praying the nafl, that is after the prayer, the 2 sunnah after dhuhr or after maghrib or after isha. And the follower, the imam, will be praying with the intention of offering the fard that he has missed. Okay, barakallahu feek.
Reading the Quran is a blessing. Understanding its translation is beautiful. But diving in depth and extracting pearls from it is simply amazing.
أفلا يتدبرون القرآن.
Do they not ponder upon the Quran? Every week, inshallah, we will dig deep and reflect on the verses of the Quran one by one.
Quran in Depth with Sheikh Ibrahim Zaidan.
والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Family Issues. We're talking about free time. How important is it? How can we spend it in a beneficial way, a positive way for youth and adults? How deadly is free time? How dangerous is it, rather, when we don't do that? We've seen the effects it has on young people and adults. So let's talk about it. Inshallah, in this second segment, we have my good friends Bakri Suleiman from Guinea-Conakry, as well as Muhammad Nadif from Nigeria. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Brother Suleiman, actually your first name is Suleiman, but you put your family name in front of your first name, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Okay, but your first name actually is Suleiman.
Yeah, it's Suleiman.
Okay. And Brother Muhammad, thank you for joining us again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And we're talking about, free time.
Yeah.
We had some brothers here that are, Brother Mustafa was in his 30s, and Brother Yusuf is in his 20s. Now, how old are you guys?
Okay, this January I will be 20.
How about you?
Yeah, I'll be 21.
Okay, so you guys are youngsters. You guys are still students, right?
Yeah.
And you came here to study Arabic.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Definitely.
So now, as students, you're in a foreign country, you're studying in a foreign language.
Yeah.
Do you have any free time? Or are you constantly studying and working hard to improve your Arabic language skills? Go ahead, Brother Suleiman first.
Time, like you say, like time, it is a measure of life, Like there is a hadith say, نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس. Like there are two blessings which people lose. They are healthy and free time, doing good. So now, like you can see many people, they just like, if like they get a free time, like they don't know what to do. Because like if we are just like stay alone like this, your heart gonna push you to do something.
Yeah.
So if you don't like take care of it, it's gonna push you like to do or to go like to do something is not important. Like to go into to watch movies, or to do something, just only to take, because like if you sit like front of movie or TV, that's going to take your time if you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I like what you said. Your heart will push you to do something.
Yeah.
So let it be something good, inshallah. Brother Muhammad Nadif, you're 21 years old, you're a student of Arabic in Cairo. Do you have any free time, brother?
Yeah, definitely. I do have free time. But some people misuse this concept. When they say free time, they mean to spend their time doing nothing. No. As Muslim, yeah, we do have free time because Islam, as Imam Ali said, you can't put too pressure on your heart, because if you put too pressure on your heart, it becomes blind. So every once in a while, you have to take a rest. You have to give your time a rest time.
Yes.
But this rest that you are taking, use it to have more energy, so that later you can have more energy to do a lot. But really we have free time, go and enjoy yourself, but don't exceed the limit. Do what is permissible. Don't exceed the limit to go and waste your time for the whole day doing nothing. No, this is not free time. You are killing your time.
Yes.
And will be judged or will be called to account for every second we use in a bad manner.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Brother Suleiman. In your country, Guinea-Conakry,
Yeah.
how do the youth spend their time?
Like
In general, your peers, your old friends, when you were in high school and junior, what were they doing?
Like most of them, they used to waste their time into the internet. Like right now, like how like Facebook,
Yes.
everyone like right now are using Facebook, because if like even in some people, like sometimes if you don't take care, like if you sit in front of the computer, even if you have a lesson or some appointment, like some lesson about hadith or like that, if you don't take time, if you don't take it, if you sit all in front of the computer, you can just like keep chatting with your friend.
Yeah. Time waster.
Time waster. So, subhanallah, it's only God can.
But you have, mashallah, you have this fancy iPad now in front of you.
Yeah.
So how do you use this in a beneficial way to prevent it from being used in a bad way? Because mashallah, it's a really blessing from Allah to use communication, instant communication, talk to people. You can read the Quran and Hadith and do research and do your studies and talk to friends and family. So how do you use it in a positive way without wasting time?
Like I can make like short for books about Sharia, like Hadith into the internet, like that things, or dictionaries, because like sometimes if I'm like get some difficult word in by Arabic or English, I have to check in dictionary here, and so because like if I say I'm gonna check a book for dictionary, that's gonna take my time a lot. So because like if I'm busy too much, I have to use like dictionary for
to the to my galaxy here. That's gonna
great.
make me time quick.
I want to give Muhammad Nazif the same question. How do the youth back in Nigeria, how are they spending their time, number one? And number two, how do you use the technology, Facebook, Twitter, iPads, iPhones, smartphones, tablets, how do you use it in a positive way so it's beneficial, not a time waster?
Okay, youth like everywhere in the world, they are divided into two. There are some youth who are misguided. Yeah, who are misguided. They don't know how to waste their, or how to spend their time productively. So, but mashallah, there are some youth who are conscious of the value of time because their our hearts are always connected to the halaqat. So people remind them, also call us there, remind them of the value of their time. So they spend their time, in accordance to Sharia or to something, to bring something useful to the society. But there are some youth, on the other hand, who are against them. They spend their time, using social networks like internet, Facebook. But subhanallah, they spend their time, they're killing their time, and they are thinking that this is the good way for them. And I think the best way to spend your time over the internet, because internet really is a weapon. You can use it negatively or positively. So, like if many things now are targeted against Islam. So you can use internet to answer them back. Yeah, by using this social network, internet. It is really beneficial if you use it in a possible way or in a good way. So I use this, to answer people back and to benefit. It is also a good addition to my education.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely, because everything now, 99% of information and knowledge is found over the internet.
Yeah.
So really, internet is a mess in this time, but it has to be used in a good way.
In a positive way. Thank you, brother. Brother Suleiman as well. I think you agree it's a two-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
And this is for youth and adults, because adults are on Facebook, not just kids.
Yeah.
So the internet has a good side and a bad side. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. What?
The internet and Facebook and social media, it has a positive side and a negative side.
Yeah.
Would you agree? So we have to just do our best to fear Allah and to keep on the positive side. And, I think all of us make mistakes, and it's an easy place where there's misunderstandings on Facebook, and it can be really fitna, but can it? Because people misunderstand you and reply to your post perhaps in an emotional way. So we have to take care, especially when we're speaking about deen, religious issues, like you said. So, brother, about free time. Some people might say, "Look, I'm a human being. I have a right to spend my time how I like. So I want to go to my friend's house and play this PlayStation game and play this video game, and you don't tell me it's haram because it's not." So what would your advice be for that kid, who wants to play FIFA on the PlayStation for 2-3 hours, who wants to play the Xbox, who wants to go to the internet cafe? He says, "Look, it's not haram. I still pray. I still do the stuff." If he tells his mom and dad, "No, Mom, I'm still praying. I prayed my prayer, so why are you bothering me?" What do you think about? What's your advice for that youngster?
Like how we know now, like you say, most of the people or the youth are using internet like Facebook or this or playing PlayStation. So they have to know their limited time, Right. If you start, you are free, you are right, you are right. But don't go far away, okay? If you are, because sometimes even in me, if I'm studying or I'm revising, sometimes I can revise, I'm just keep revising, but that time my head wasn't gonna be agree, or I'm not getting understanding, you see? I have to do something else, okay? Or to go or to visit my friend, or to call some friend to give salam, because you have to know, it's your friend. So just the time, you are not if you are revising, okay, you are not you sense are not getting back that you have to if you go to play or to take your free time to play in PlayStation or to do whatever you want, but don't go far away. You have to think.
Yes,
because
brother.
The day of the judgment, okay?
Yes.
You have to think that day too. Don't think only for the dunya.
Yes, thank you, brother. I'll try to interrupt you. We have a phone call from Brother Mashari from Mali. Brother Makari from Mali. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Thank you for calling.
Hello?
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Makari. How are you, brother?
Hello, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Hey, alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you for your phone call, Brother Makati. Go right ahead, brother. Go ahead. Brother, go ahead, brother. If you could mute your TV, that would be great.
Some comments on the program. I thank the two brothers and you.
Barakah feek wallahi. Thank you, brother, for calling. Go ahead.
And the time, as we all know, the time is very, very important in Islam.
Brother, yes, brother. Please, brother, turn off your TV and listen to me from your phone.
That is why, as Muslims, as young, okay, as we all know, time is very important. That's the reason why God swears a lot of times in the Quran by the time.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, brother. Thank you. You said yes. Surah Al-Asr, go ahead.
So really, I really encourage all the young men in Islam not to misuse the time, because time is money. Non-Muslims say time is money.
Yes.
So what about us?
Yes.
So we have to take benefit for every second in our life.
Wallahi, brother, I just said the exact same thing. SubhanAllah, time is money, but that's what they say. What about us? Go ahead, brother. Give me more of your thoughts.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yes. So I thank you for the program, and I wish one day, to take so many important ideas from you. Thank you. I thank the two brothers also.
Barakah feek, brother. Thank you for your time, brother Makati. And if you can leave your information with their brothers in control, maybe we can have you as a guest on the show, because it was brought to my attention that you are based in Cairo. Brothers, that great point. He said time is money is what they say in America, but what about us? So they're running, they're organized with their time. But we know Allah, inshallah. We are Muslims, and we didn't organize our time? Number one. Okay, let me get your thoughts on that, first of all. What do you think?
Like, people must find out the ways of their doing their things correctly. Because if I just saying time is money, who is giving to you that money? You have to think.
Time.
You see? It's God. So you have to think back, it's Him is giving to. If He wants, you just because sometimes people, they're just getting money, you see? But they are not doing alhamdulillah, they are not thanking God.
Yes.
Maybe just one day, God gonna break it, lay it down.
Yeah.
Direct. So people have to take care.
Brother Muhammad Nazif, what do you think of that statement, as Brother Makati said from Mali? Time is money. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. For me, I say time is not only money, but it is our whole life. Yeah, because time is the thing that regulates our life. So, because youth have a tendency that they don't bring Islam to their lives except in the latter part of their life,
Allah.
in the nick of time.
Yes, in the nick of time. Great,
yeah. Definitely. Maybe me and Barry have this feeling. So, but look at it this way. For example, if a person wants to become a great basketball player, he start practice right from youth, But in religion we say no. When I grow older, then I will start practicing Islam. No, this is not the good day. As our brother from Mali said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears in the Quran by time. He said, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Yeah, by the time, every man or man is in loss, except who believe in Allah and do righteous good deeds, and recommend each other on the truth, and recommend each other, on good deeds.
Patience.
Yeah, on patience.
Yes.
Definitely. And also the Prophet ﷺ emphasized this and said, لن تزول قدم عبد يوم القيامة حتى يسأل عن أربعين عن ماله أو عن شبابه فيما أفناه وعن ماله فيما أفناه وعن علمه فيما ماذا عمل به. That means, وعن عمره فيما أنفقه. That means the feet of a slave will not move away on the day of judgment until he is questioned about four things. About his youth, how he spent it, about his wealth, how he gained it, and how he spent it too, and about his knowledge, what he did with it. So we have to know the value of time. That's why if we can see into our five predecessors, how they use their time. Ibn Jarir, he wrote more than 1,000 books in his lifetime. He uses time productively. So we have to borrow a little from them to know how they use their time, because we are heading. Yeah, this life is only a temporary life. Yeah, the permanent life is in the hereafter. So Al-Jannah is not cheap. You have to pay a heavy price if you want to get it.
Yeah,
but yeah, by playing an amusement, you can't get Al-Jannah. Yeah, you have to use your time productively.
Thank you for bringing the ayat and hadith. Also, brother, and I wanted to ask, go back to Brother Suleiman.
Yeah.
We say also, and a wonderful expression, is very insightful. The idle mind is a devil's workshop. I'll tell you again. The idle mind, in other words, the mind that's not thinking, is a devil's workshop, a place where the devil can work, right? So the idle mind, so if you're not thinking, it's a place for the shaitan to bother you. So what about that expression? The idle mind is the devil's workshop. Let me get your thoughts.
Like how you say, because like if someone like he sit early, if he's free, if like you did something you're tired, or you don't tired evening, if you just sit, you are not doing nothing, your heart gonna think to do something, or your mind. So if you not like become to do like some ibadah about dhikr or salat, like to doing good things, your mind gonna force you to do something, or to go in like to the internet cafe, or
waste your time.
To waste your time, like that things,
Into sin, yeah. Thank you, brother. But last comment, Brother Muhammad Nadif, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't use your time in a good way, definitely shaitan must take this advantage. Yeah, to use time for his own benefit. Yeah.
And to keep you off.
Yeah, that's why it is a good idea to keep a friendship, a good company. Yeah, don't leave them. Who can keep reminding you of the value of the time.
Yeah. Thank you, I certainly appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thank you for your time, both of you. I certainly appreciate it.
Thank you.
I look forward to having you guys next time, inshallah. Thank you, guys. And at home, I certainly appreciate your guys' time as well. I hope you benefited from this episode of Family Issues, where we discussed the benefits and dangers of too much free time and not using it productively and beneficially. Until next time, I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Through sorrow and through grief, through happiness and peace, you are never alone. So now, as you long for your past, prepare for your future, but knowing nothing's gonna last. You see, this life is but a road, a straight and narrow path to our final abode. So travel well, O Muslim, and paradise will be your home. And always remember that you are never alone.